On this edition of Emeril's Florida, we're visiting some classy restaurants around the state. Our first stop is Christini's Ristorante Italiano in Orlando. It's been an award-winning restaurant since it opened in 1984. And it's a hot spot for locals and visitors, including the celebrities who come to town. Yep, that's Mick Jagger and Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones. We'll see what they ordered up. Next, we're heading to South Walton. Our destination is Cuvee 38, and the owner has been one of the most highly regarded chefs in the Panhandle for the past 20-plus years. We're going to check out his new restaurant and also get the story behind a dish he created that's now named for country star Vince Gill. Group of Vince, it's called. Then, we'll head to the La Meridian Hotel in Tampa to visit their restaurant, Bazoo Brasserie, and also learn a little history about the building it's in. It was once a federal courthouse. Today, an old courtroom is now a ballroom. Another courtroom is now the hotel's restaurant. And the hostess stand at Bazoo was once the courtroom's witness stand. It's an interesting story, and we'll show you around. We'll finish up in the kitchen, where I got a great dish for you. Cauliflower and quinoa salad. Delicious. And that's all coming up on this edition of Emeril's Florida. Our first stop today takes us to Orlando. While it's probably best known for its theme parks, it's also become quite a dining destination. Orlando's located in the center of the state, and we're heading to Christini's Ristorante Italiano, a long-time award-winning Italian restaurant that opened in 1984.
Hi, Sam. Welcome. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
I'm so delighted to be here.
The owner is Chris Christini, and his passion has been to make his restaurant one of the finest in the country.
It's a success because I love what I'm doing. We come to the United States to work hard and to better ourselves, for ourselves, for the family, and also the satisfaction to please the guest.
And he's made his reputation doing just that. Throughout the restaurant are pictures of many celebrities who have eaten at Christini's, including the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and Ronnie Wood.
Do you remember what them, those Rolling Stone guys ordered?
Had everything.
They had everything, the whole menu.
Funny people.
Yeah.
Very nice people. I had so much fun with them, I mean, they're real people.
Over the years, Christini's has won numerous awards for consistently being one of the best restaurants in the state.
Chris Christini!
In 2015, Chris Christini was inducted into the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association Hall of Fame as Florida's Restaurateur of the Year. It's a well-deserved honor for someone who's been doing it right for a long time.
Well, this is the thing that I know the most, is how to take care of the guest. We all here in business to take care of the guest.
Yep.
If we cannot please the guest, we are nobody.
Being a successful, highly rated restaurant may start at the front of the house, but it's the quality of the food made in the kitchen that defines the restaurant. The cuisine at Christini's is classic, and I mean classic Italian, and many of the dishes are ones that Chris has created over time. Here's his gnocchi bolognese.
You can see already how light, phenomenal.
People, they don't know that they have to make gnocchi. The secret is the potato. People boil the potato, and then once you boil the potato, there's water inside. So what do you have after that, This has no water, this baked potato.
Right. You can taste every ingredient, really delicious.
This is spagnola alla Christini. It's a pan-seared Chilean sea bass served with shrimp risotto in a lobster tarragon sauce.
People come from all over the world for this. It's a long process, the sauce takes a long time, and the risotto, we want to be light to absorb the sauce.
Amazing.
Yeah, glad you enjoy it.
Here's another classic, veal saltimbocca. Here they call it saltimbocca di vitello.
It's a lot of work. It looks simple, but...
If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, right?
You know what they also say? Anything is easy is no good.
No.
So it's a lot of work.
Such perfection.
That's one of my
Delicious.
personal creation.
We finished up with the costata di vitello, their signature double bone-in veal chop. And this dish became famous many years ago after the late comedian Bob Hope had dinner at the restaurant.
Bob Hope working here, and he had the veal chop. So he got on a Johnny Carson show, and he made a joke about the veal chop, because it used to be double the size. He says, then they bring a piece of the veal, they brought the whole cow out.
On Johnny Carson.
Yes. Next day, a tsunami hit my doors. 6 months later, the rest was paid off completely. They come for this famous veal chop because one joke through Bob Hope. It's
Home run. My friend, I want to thank you so much for having us. Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine, my
And
friend.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Stay with us. Next, we're heading to South Walton to a new restaurant a buddy of mine just opened. And he's one of the big-time chefs in the area. We'll check it out when we come back.
Emeril's Florida is sponsored by Visit Orlando. Step into your never-ending story. Emeril's Florida is sponsored by Visit Florida. Find the warmer side of winter at visitflorida.com.
Our next stop takes us to South Walton. It's located in Northwest Florida. And while it's known for having some of the most beautiful beaches on the planet, they've really been kicking up the dining scene here. One of the most respected chefs in South Walton opened a new restaurant, and we're here to check it out. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you.
So good to see you.
Welcome to Cuvee
I
38.
am so excited to be here. This is awesome, man.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Tim Creehan is the owner of Cuvee 38. We've been buddies for a long time, and he's one of the big-time chefs in the area. Cuvee 38 is his newest restaurant, and it's located on Highway 98 in Inlet Beach. And like me, he loves being in South Walton.
I love the beach, and I love the grass everywhere, the green space is. It's just a very comfortable environment. And the first time we talked to the people about being out here, I probably didn't give it enough thought. I just said I want to be there.
He's done a great job designing the restaurant. At Cuvee 38, the vibe is casual and the decor is contemporary. And if you're into wine, that's a big part of the experience here.
We want the stuff to be approachable. We want people to enjoy it. You know, don't want to be scared off by a wine list from a price standpoint. So we're all about that.
Tim describes the menu at Cuvee 38 as contemporary American.
So the menu is a lot of the signatures that I've done for many, many years. So I'd say it's 70% of the core signature items, and we do about 30% of the fun stuff. Find the best and freshest ingredients we can and prepare them simply.
Here's one of the signature appetizers: southern fried green tomatoes with warm brie, crawfish tails, sauce meuniere, and a crystal hot sauce cream. Yum.
No, you're gonna hurt people with this.
This one will hurt you. This is a good one to share.
Yeah, so good. That's worth a visit alone.
Agreed.
Tim's cooked for a lot of celebrities over the years. And this next dish got its name after country music stars Vince Gill and Amy Grant tried it and loved it.
And about 10 days later, I got a phone call, and they said, would you come to our wedding up in Nashville? And I said, well, let me check my schedule. No, I'll be there.
Tim served the dish at their wedding reception, and it was such a hit, the TV show Extra did a story about it.
So then once Extra aired, customers was coming in, closing the menu and going, we want what Vince had.
The dish is called Grouper Vince. It's pecan-crusted grouper served over a crispy garlic potato cake and honey Worcestershire sauce.
Oh God, this is
That
so.
the pecan with the sweet.
Oh, I can already. Come on, man. And this is on the menu.
Since 1992,
People would raise hell if you took that off the menu.
it's happened.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's just not right. It's right, but it's crazy good.
Thank you.
Here's a pan-seared New Zealand venison steak served with a red wine tomato basil reduction sauce, mashed sweet potatoes, and tobacco onions.
All right, I'm gonna go here, but I need a lot of that. I can see it. This is gonna be.
You want the sauce. It's important.
Oh my God.
That venison was off the charts. And so is this dessert. It's a Valrhona chocolate crepe, served warm with vanilla bean ice cream, fresh berries, and berry coulis.
Knockout.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Well, my friend, here's how we're going to close this. You have really changed the entire food scene in South Walton. Because I've known you for a lot of years, and now you've like stepped it up again. Here's to you, brother.
Cheers.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Stay with us. Coming up, we'll visit a historic courthouse in downtown Tampa that has been turned into a luxury hotel and restaurant. It's a cool story, and we'll show you around. We'll be right back.
Emeril's Florida is sponsored by Visit South Walton. Find your perfect beach. Emeril's Florida is sponsored by the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association. Our mission is to protect, educate, and promote Florida's hospitality industry.
Our next stop takes us to downtown Tampa, just across the bay from St. Petersburg and Clearwater. Hey, by the looks of this place, it looks like a courthouse. Well, it really was. But now, it's one of the best boutique hotels and restaurants in downtown Tampa. La Meridian is a global luxury hotel brand, and the Tampa La Meridian opened in 2014. The restaurant here is Bazoo Brasserie. It's a cool spot, and here they offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's also a bakery if you're in the mood for sweets. The bar is another highlight. It's a great meeting place for happy hour or a nightcap. While the restaurant and hotel may be new, the building's history dates back to the early 1900s. General Manager Brent Scarborough helped open the hotel and gave us the backstory.
In 1905, the building was actually constructed. The original purpose of the building was a post office and then eventually a courthouse. And then around 1998, it shut down for a short period of time. And then a developer put in a bid for the property.
The developer was awarded the bid and did an extensive renovation to the interior of the building, including the hotel rooms. Some of those used to be judges' chambers, but a lot of care was taken to keep the historical aspects of the former courthouse intact. These are the original marble floors that you'll find throughout the building. One of the old courtrooms is now the main ballroom at La Meridian. What used to be the other courtroom is now the dining room for Bazoo Brasserie, and the witness stand from that courtroom is now the hostess stand at the restaurant. There's a lot of history here, and it's an interesting place to stay and to dine when you come to Tampa. So tell me about this restaurant.
Well, the restaurant is congruent with the brand, La Meridian. It has European influence out of Paris, France.
Right.
That's where we got the inspiration for Bazoo, kind of a touch of Paris in the neighborhood.
While the menu at Bazoo is French-inspired, it really draws on a lot of different regions from around the U.S. and other parts of the world. The man behind the cuisine is Executive Chef Brian Larby. Before coming to Bazoo, he worked at restaurants along the West Coast, from San Diego to Seattle. He brings a lot of those influences to the menu here. Here's the charcuterie platter at Bazoo with wild boar sausage, specked ham, and prosciutto toscano, as well as some artisan cheeses. Delicious. This is the chef's watermelon salad with cherry maple dressing, feta cheese, blackberries, heirloom tomatoes, and Puerto Rican oregano.
Great combo.
So this one's gonna be a little bit of the tart, a little bit of the sweet from the watermelon. And fortunately in Florida right now, the watermelon's very tasty.
Really nice. Really nice. Okay, so what do we have here, Chef?
We have our calamari dish here. We have our tubes and tentacles, some Marcona almonds, and ziti sauce, to go along, dipping sauce.
Kind of going a little Mediterranean here.
Yeah. All of our techniques are French, if you will, but we have a lot of influences.
Nice job. Delicious. All right, Chef, this smells incredible. What do we have here?
This is our house-made nudie. We have a little bit of a truffle, some sausage resourced regionally. We use a little bit of a pat frita sausage. And then a variety, oyster mushrooms, shiitake, and a little bit of cremini, and then some fresh tomatoes and zucchini.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's
Well
actually,
done.
thank you. It's actually our top seller.
Was it really?
Yeah, in fact, 2 weeks ago we had a 12 top. Every single last one of them tried the nudie.
We finished off with a La Meridian classic dessert, eclairs. Every one of their hotels around the world has their own specific eclairs inspired by the area where the hotel is located. The two on the right are inspired by both Florida and the Tampa Bay area. This one is a key lime eclair, and this one next to it is a guava eclair, a nod to Tampa's Cuban history.
Wow. What can I say? Another great journey at the Meridian. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
This is really nice to have in the city of Tampa. Glad you're here. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Cheers.
Stay with us. Coming up, I'll be in the kitchen cooking one of my favorites, cauliflower and quinoa salad. It's a great dish. We'll be right back.
Emeril's Florida is sponsored by Visit Tampa Bay, Florida's most all-in-one place. Emeril's Florida cooking segments are sponsored by Fresh from Florida. For delicious recipes, visit freshfromflorida.com.
Welcome back to the Epicurean Hotel Theater Kitchen in Tampa, Florida. And we met some really passionate people in the restaurant business today. These were some classy restaurants, and it certainly inspired me to come up with a classy but simple dish. Now, you can do this with Brussels sprouts, you can do this with asparagus, a lot of different Florida produce, a lot of different vegetables out there. But today, we're gonna do it with cauliflower, and it's called the cauliflower and quinoa salad. I had a couple of heads of beautiful cauliflower that I just blanched in boiling salted water till they were fork tender. And what I wanna do now, folks, is I wanna just cut the cauliflower into some steaks, and we're gonna start grilling them. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to season it with some fresh ground pepper, some salt, and we're just gonna let it grill. Now let's talk about quinoa. Quinoa is a grain, but it's also considered in the world as a superfood. So we're gonna use quinoa, we're gonna use some chopped shallot, garlic, some lemon peel, fresh parsley, olive oil, and red wine vinegar. And then at the end, this is botaga. Now, botaga is really the roe of tuna, which originated in Italy, and they would salt it and cure it. In the state of Florida now, we are doing botaga with mullet. I love it. I love it on pasta, I love it on all different types of things, including this salad. Okay, let's turn our cauliflower steaks over. So we're just getting a little color on them now, you see? And now what we're gonna do, we are gonna take our quinoa. We're gonna take our shallots and garlic, our lemon peel, our fresh parsley. Before I turn the fire off the cauliflower, we're just gonna hit it with some fresh lemon juice. You see that? And then the rest of the lemon we're gonna use right in here. A little bit of fresh basil. Really good extra virgin olive oil. Red wine vinegar, you could use sherry vinegar. We'll add some fresh chives in here. Some walnuts that have been toasted. We're gonna take our cauliflower steak, which is really sort of gonna be the protein of what we're doing. And this here is just perfect. And now, what I like to do is serve this on a little bit of endive, lay our cauliflower and quinoa salad just at the base of this. Look at how great that looks. To finish it, we do a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of that great Florida botaga, which is gonna really pull the salt into it, and a little garnish of fresh chives. And there you have it, my friends. A quinoa and cauliflower salad with Florida botaga. Great food goes with great wine. I'm Emeril Lagasse. I'll see you next time on Emeril's Florida.